Hey guys, Tina here. Welcome to my Booktubeathon vlog. I am on a hike, which is why you see all this blue behind me. Today is actually Tuesday, so yesterday I didn't vlog anything. I did start one book, and that is the first book, the coin toss book, which was Air Awakens by Elise Kova. I started that one, and I read 3 chapters. That was quite a lot, and then I went out with my friend and no reading happened after that. And today I decided it's such a beautiful day. As you can see, it's a blue sky. Well, there's some clouds there, but I decided to go on a hike, and currently we are 1800 meters above sea level, and I'm quite liking it up here. But yes, I thought I was going to be listening to Anne of Green Gables on my drive here, but then I talked to my boyfriend the whole way, and he was actually like half an hour in front of me because we were going in the same direction because he had some work to do here. But yeah, no reading happened, and I do plan to actually start that book on my way back home. But right now I figure that since you're here with me, I can show you my surroundings currently, and I'm just gonna do that, but I have to flip the camera, so I'll be right back. So this is my view currently. So I am on Golica, which is part of the bordering range between Austria and Slovenia, and right now we're looking at Austria. So this is basically what we have here. So there, can you see, there's Wörthersee, and then we have, well, this is the Drava River. I'm not sure how they say it in German, but hey, that's what it's called. And I think that's Koichaksee, and over there we have, well, other, I think it's there, it's Klagenfurt. And yeah, that's the Austrian part, and then we go over to the Slovenian part, and then we have Mount Sto. Its literal translation is actually chair, and that is the tallest mountain of the Karavanke range, which is where we are right now. And then we have to go a little bit further, but that's that's the Slovenian part. And I'm not sure what you're going to be able to see because the sun is right there, but yeah, basically it's slightly different. Wait, have to focus, there you go. So that's what you're seeing is our tallest mountain, because that's part of the Julian Alps, and that is Mount Triglav, which is the tallest peak in Slovenia, and it's 2800 meters above sea level, so a kilometer higher than where I am right now. And one day I'm gonna go there, but not yet. And that's the rest of the range, and I'm sorry I cannot tell you what peaks there are, but I'm just loving it up here. Wait, I'm gonna go a little bit further, and I'm sorry that you have to watch this, but really, what else I'm gonna talk about in my reading vlogs, because I'm not reading anything. So yeah, I just love it up here. It's so beautiful. Oh, just beautiful. But yeah, anyways, that's my view. That's there's Slovenia. A lot of, well, this is actually our alpine region, so all you basically see are valleys and mostly peaks and ranges. So yeah, but at least it's a beautiful view. And now I think it's time for me to descend from this peak and actually go home and actually do some reading. So until I do that, bye. It's Wednesday and time for another update. So my reading has been going slightly better. I have been listening to Anne of Green Gables. I'm like a third through, and I do think that I'm gonna be finishing it by tomorrow, late tomorrow, or sometime then. But anyways, I'm really enjoying it, and for those of you who were like me and do not know what this book is about, it's about this orphan girl called Anne, and she comes to live with his brother and sister on a farm. Initially they're not that happy with her because they were looking to adopt a boy because they need help on the farm, but they get to like her, and why not? She's very enjoyable. She's very chatty. I mean, she's really chatty, and she has these great ideas, and she has a very vivid imagination. She's a bit of a drama queen here and there, but all in all, she's really likable, and I'm really enjoying it. And I also like the narrator. There's a bunch of narrators that have narrated this book, and I will write the name of the one that I'm listening to down here because right now I cannot remember her name. I have also read a chapter of Air Awakens, and I definitely have to get moving on that one because it's Wednesday and I have not finished one book yet. It's not that, And I'm not gonna read a lot today because I'm gonna go do some. Actually, I'm gonna make eyes glasses. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. But more importantly, I received the package, and I think I know what this is because if you watched my last book haul, I mentioned that I'm gonna get a book that I showed in my previous book haul in with another cover, and I think that's probably that given the size. And I'm wrong. I'm very much wrong, which is great because I would prefer to have this one. Is this smaller than... I have Arabella and the Traitor of Mars, and this one feels smaller, like size-wise, smaller than the previous two books in this series, given the height. Hopefully I'm wrong because that would just be really weird, but anyways, despite that, I love the cover. This is book 3 in the Arabella Ashby series by David E. Levine, and this is sort of like a historical fantasy that takes place in an alternate universe to our own, and we follow Arabella Ashby. She was born on Mars. Her family has a plantation there, and in the first book, her mother ships her off to London because she thinks that Arabella is too wild and has to have a proper ladylike upbringing, so they go there, and then soon after they come there, the father dies, and Arabella basically rushes off to Mars. Basically, my phone just stopped filming for some reason because, whatever. Anyways, Arabella rushes off to Mars to figure out what's going on with her father or what happened to her father, and just, you know, as I said, there's a lot of adventure, and Arabella is a really likable character. She's very strong and determined and just very irrational, which is what I always appreciate in teenage characters. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I just read the second one last month, I think, and I want to get to this one. I just love this series, and I'm going to be checking right now whether or not this size is smaller because that's just wrong. But yeah, as to my update, this is it for right now. Just to let you know, the size is the same, so what a relief. Very important announcement, I know. So today is Saturday, and I have not been updating this vlog regularly at all. And I have not been doing a lot of reading. The only book that I have managed to finish so far this week is Anne of Green Gables by Ellen Montgomery, and it was a quite an enjoyable read. It was definitely not my favorite. I think that, again, if I read it as a kid, I would love it. But as much as Anne was enjoyable, her chattiness was sometimes too much. But, you know, it's a kid's book, as I said. You know, she has such a vivid imagination, and she's so chatty, and I think that I would love these books as a kid. There's also a lot of moral things, you know, how to, about behaving and things like that. So it's a kid's book, definitely. And I have started watching the show on Netflix, and so far I'm not exactly sure where the story that we are seeing is coming from. Maybe from later books, I'm not sure, because it's definitely not how the book began. So doesn't matter, because I don't think that I will continue on with the series. I'm just gonna watch it now, which is good as well. I have my head on now because I'm going to start listening to Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire, and I hopefully enjoyed it very much. And I, of course, plan to finish this today because it's short and quick, and after that I will dive in this one because I do want to finish at least 3 books. That would be nice, and I am like this far in so far, and it's a short book, so if I dedicate my time today and tomorrow to this one, I should be done, and then, you know, it would not be completely embarrassing, and I would have read 3 books, which is not a lot, but enough. I am, you know, I just wasn't reading a lot this week, which is fine. I'm not, you know, I enjoy reading, but not as, you know, as much as I used to, in the sense that I would spend every waking hour, or that I was not doing other stuff of reading, which, you know, sometimes you just have other priorities, and that's fine as well, as long as I'm reading. That's great. So talk to you later once I finish Beneath the Sugar Sky, and hopefully enjoyed it, because I hope that I love this one. I didn't care for the second one that much, which I know it's weird, but this one I have very high hopes for, or just hopes, maybe not that high, but still hopes. So I finished reading or listening to Beneath the Sugar Sky by Seanan McGuire, and I have to say I really enjoyed this one. Not my favorite again. My favorite still remains the first one. maybe just because it's the first one actually, and you get to introduce into this world, and I don't know. I did like this one. I liked all the whimsical aspects of the different worlds that we travel to. We meet some new characters, and we basically go on this adventure because we meet this girl who's looking for her mother, and things have happened to her mother, which is why a bunch of kids from the school for the wayward children comes along to help her, and I just really enjoyed it. I like the diversity in these books. There's just a lot to like about them. And yeah, there was like an overweight character, and there was no fat shaming, at least not from the other characters. And it just, I don't know, it's just a really good representation, I think, at least in that part, because I cannot speak for all of the diverse things that are in these books, but well, being overweight is something that I'm familiar with. So yeah, anyways, I really liked it, and I cannot wait for the next one. I've saw the cover and it looks beautiful and slightly mysterious, the synopsis, but yeah, before that one comes out, I have to read some other books, and the first of those is this one. I have to finish it, hopefully, so you know, I will be proud that I did actually something during this Booktubeathon. And yeah, that's about it for right now, and as I said, hopefully I finished that one, and yeah, that's it. So today is Wednesday after Booktubeathon ended, and I figured that it's about time that I actually finish this vlog and wrap it up and actually post it. I would have done that before, but for the last 2 days I have been working like from dawn basically until evening, and I didn't have time actually to even get to my computer. So you know, that's what I'm doing today, and I just want to briefly talk about the last book that I finished during Booktubeathon, and that is Air Awakens by Liskova. I actually ended up enjoying this book more than I thought I was at the beginning, because this is about a girl who is a librarian and then finds out that she's also a sorcerer, and that scares her to death because she has been taught to be afraid of magic throughout her life, and that's basically what is happening to her, and she has to figure out what to do with this knowledge to actually pursue this new career, I guess, or just stick to what she already knows and what doesn't scare her. And I don't know, I felt while reading this book that this is a book that I have read so many times before. You know, basically this character who doesn't know who they are, what they're capable of, and then they find out and what to do with that, and then there is of course boys, potential love interests and all that, and it's just so tropey in that way. I mean, there's, if I look at my shelves, I think I can find 10 books that deal with the same you know, manner of characters and all that. So that's wasn't really something new, but all in all, like the way it was done and the ending piqued my interest enough to actually have me buy the second book, which I already did. And I then realized that this is a 6-book series, 5 or 6 anyways, but yeah, that didn't make me happy because I have already so many other books that I can read and not buy new ones. But at least if I'm gonna read them as they come, that's gonna be fine. But I'm going to talk more about this in my wrap-up, because I do want to wrap this video up so I can post it. And all in all, it was a good week. I didn't read 7 books. I didn't think that I was going to do that, but you know, there's always hoping and wishing. But 3 books is good. So just to sum it up, this is one of the books that I read, and then also I read this one. And I also listened to Anne of Green Gables, which you know, I don't have a physical copy because I listened to it, although it's not necessarily always how it is. But anyways, yeah, it was a good week, but I think I'm slightly done with readathons for a while now, because you know, I do want to be, you know, I'm slightly competitive. I do want to get to the 7 books and finish all the challenges, and having me not do that is slightly frustrating. But then again, I also know that readathons put me in a slump usually, so I do not want to force myself to read more than I feel like or want to or whatever. So until the next readathon, this is the end of this readathon vlog. What am I saying? Anyways, just thank you for watching this, and see you in my next video. Bye.